Hello, my name is Hewer and I work in Christian-Muslim relations. This means that I spend a lot of my time helping Christians and other people to understand Islam. When we come to look at the month of Ramadan, the thing which always impresses people most is the sheer physical act of fasting during all the daylight hours of this month. The difficulty is that people can often think that this means that Ramadan is some kind of endurance test, a bit like running the London Marathon. But if we think of Ramadan that way, that is to confuse means with end. Because the end, the goal of Ramadan, is not simply to fulfill the hours of fasting. Those are means toward the real goal or end, which is to raise the level of taqwa within the human believer, within the human soul, so that the Muslim comes to live more and more constantly in that enduring presence of God. This is the month of the Quran. It is the month in which the Quran first began to be sent down to Prophet Muhammad as guidance for all humankind, guidance for the way that human life should be lived. This idea of the Word of God as a living, active force is present also in the Christian Bible. We read there that the Word of God is living and active. It cuts more finely than any two-edged sword. It enters even, as it were, between the joint and the marrow, and it discerns the inner dimensions of the human heart and of our thought. Another important dimension that I like to bring out for people is that the month of Ramadan acts like an annual review of life. I call it sometimes an annual MOT for Muslim living, in which people reflect on every aspect of our lives, not just on prayer and on fasting, but also on our economic life. How do I earn my money? How do I spend it? How do I save it? What is my pension fund doing in my name today? How do I fulfill my responsibilities within my own family, within my extended family, within my partner's extended family, and so on? What about my responsibilities to the community in which I live, to the society in which I live? Am I truly promoting the good and forbidding the evil within society? These inner dimensions of Ramadan bring out then for people the fact that this is not merely an external observance of fasting during daylight hours. God is concerned with much more than that. Again, a word of the Christian scriptures helps us to understand this. People judge by the outer appearance, but God judges by the inner dimension of the human soul, of the human heart. And so I like to help people to see this additional inner dimension to understanding this month of Ramadan. I wish you all many blessings during this month.